Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope y'all are doing well and having a good Tuesday morning. Let's see who we got hanging out with us. We have Mr. John Howard. Good morning, John. Good to see you this morning. Let's see here. Lonnie's here. Says, morning all. Been doing air cuts on the CNC, looking for a solution to a couple of small problems. Okay. All righty. Monroe Cook is here. Good morning. Thomas Graham. Good morning. Here's the birthday boy right here. It says, morning, everyone. Last print on the chain this morning. Oh, and I don't feel 76. It's just a number, right? That's what they say. It's just a number. So happy birthday, Mr. Galt. Let's see here. Darren Birds is here. Good morning. Leo's here. He says, good morning, everyone, from foggy Pinkerton, Ohio. Another day in the stock area. Checking locations. The boss moved many items and things need to be checked. Okay, yeah, we got some birthday wishes here for Larry. Larry, did you know that you and Janet, she never comes in here anymore since I quit doing it on Facebook, but Janet, today is Janet's birthday too. I would wish her a happy birthday here, but she's not here. I already put something on her timeline now, but let's see here. Landis says, good morning. Just removed wood from the Gatton after a 23-hour call. Wow, you let it run overnight like that? Ooh. All righty. Let's see. Jesse's here. Good morning, Jesse. Clyde CNC's here. Good morning, Clyde. Gary Hammett is here. Kevin is here. Hey, look who snuck in here. Oh, Jerry Brown's in here. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you in here. Let's see. George Rothfuss is here. And Steve Gronsky says 83 headed to 109. Glad Chop has AC. Woo! That is toasty. I watched, let's see, Gary's saying happy birthday. Okay, yeah, it looks like a bunch of happy birthday things. Troy Pritchard's here. Good morning, Troy. And Jim Senecola. Good morning. Yeah, I watched Joanne like I always do. And she, doing the weather. In fact, I woke up, we had a light rain going on here when I woke up this morning, which we needed. So that's fine. It's not raining now. It's overcast and stuff. I don't think we're going to get any more, but it was nice to get a little shower. But anyway, I was watching Joanne, and they had a thing. They did like a special report thing about Texas and how just god awful hot it is in there. And they had a guy reporting live from Dallas, and he said that I forget. I mean, it's all up way up over 100. And he said that the low for last night in Dallas was 86 degrees. So it is pretty toasty. And I guess there's they got to be careful because it's like a little tinderbox, the whole state, because, it's been dry. They've had drought conditions and stuff like that. So be careful out there, Texans. Let's see here. George's got something here. What's he saying? Current weather. 9:04 a.m. Sunny, 74. Feels like 73. It'll be mostly sunny skies. High will be 87. Yeah. I don't even remember what Joanne said it's going to be. I think, I don't know, it might be in the 90s. I don't know, or it might be in the feels like 90s. I don't know, but I didn't really pay that much attention because really they were focusing more on the big heat wave in Texas than they were here. I mean, they just kind of talked about the scattered showers and stuff, and that's about it. But man, I was griping yesterday because I'd put 15 items in my um, Amazon cart the night before, and then came over here yesterday morning and went to check it and had a notification that something had gone up, and I was going to order it right after the coffee sessions, and I got sidetracked with some stuff and just totally forgot about it. And then yesterday afternoon, I thought I better go order that stuff, because I got to get it on the way here because I know some of it's going to take a while. Not all of it is, going to be the prime 2-day stuff. In fact, I don't think much of it is really. But anyhow, dang if I didn't come in here and I noticed right away when I opened it up, it said there was 14 items in my cart. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, there was 15 the other day. So then I had to go through my list, which I had fortunately printed out and wrote prices down. Had to go through and kind of check to see what they had removed, and found what that was. And apparently it had gone out of stock overnight before I ordered it. So Amazon found the same thing, but from another buyer. But they didn't put it in the cart. They just had it saved somewhere for me. And of course it was higher than, a couple bucks higher than what I had in the cart originally. And then there was something else that had changed price and gone up. And I'm like, holy cow, that's 3 out of the 15 things that's gone up in price just because I hadn't went ahead and clicked buy. So I thought, let me go ahead and get that stuff and get it on the way here. So anyhow, let's see here. Sean's here. Good morning, Sean. Lonnie with his sharp hearing says, I don't hear any printers. You will not hear them during this coffee session. I don't have them running. But I do have all this, well, not all the stuff, but a good bit of the stuff, the net cups and stuff that I started getting them piled up over here, and I couldn't even, they were just in the way. I couldn't even reach my stream deck anymore. So I stacked them back there. But I am going to be working. I'll probably have them printing later today because I'm working on going to design a little bracket to hang my lights that I'm going to use with my hydroponics thing. Want them to make where I can do a real easy pop on and pop off thing on that wire rack that I'm going to use. So be doing that a little later today. Jerry says the heat is so fun. 84 with a breeze right now. It feels so good compared to what it has been. Okay. Well, from what they said this morning, the heat is on. Larry says, thanks everyone. One of my brother's birthday today too. That's kind of cool. 3 years younger. All right, so that's kind of cool. Y'all born on the same day. That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. That's probably hard to do too. It's not like they can plan it, Oh, that coffee's good this morning. I don't really have much to talk about, per usual. If y'all saw my Facebook post yesterday, I did find out that my CNC will cut one of those storage tote container lids without flinging it off of the thing. I was worried about, I was talking yesterday about using it to lay out the net cup holes for the other system that I'm going to build. And then I got out there yesterday and I thought, well, I'll just see if I can cut, because I got a hole saw kit, but I don't have the right size. And I thought I can buy enough junk. I don't want to buy one. And why should I buy one? I got a CNC right here. Should do it. So I just made sure I had it clamped down really good and then took it really slow and easy and just did the offset move where it's slowly removing the thing. And it worked out pretty good. I got perfect circles. No, it didn't hang, that stuff is because it's got those little humps in it and stuff. I was worried that if I tried to get too aggressive, that it would catch and either sling the thing, across the shop, or worse yet, put a big crack and ruin the whole top. So, that worked out pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it. So I have no doubt now that after that I can do the 4-inch square PVC stuff without any issue, because it's about an 1/8 inch thick. So I don't think I'll have any trouble with that at all. If I can figure out a way to get it clamped down or held down somehow, may have to use the old CA and tape method or something. I don't know. Oh, let's see. George says, yeah, I have the same question. Don't hear any printers. Yeah. Well, unless you got really like dog hearing, you probably wouldn't hear it if I had just that one running. You could see it probably because of the way I'm not blocking that one. But the other one, when I have number 2 running, you know it, because it's the noisy one. But they'll be running later. Jim says the dog days of summer is here. Yeah. Jerry says my father's 21st. Oh, he was his father's 21st birthday present. Apparently, multiple members on one branch of my family tree were all born on the same day. A lot of Gemini twin birthdays. Okay. Let's see. Larry says we almost duplicated with 2 of our sons born 24th of June and 25th of June. Okay, yeah. That's my daughter's birthday is the 24th of June. Yeah. Born in 1985. 24th of June. Let's see. What else do I got to talk about? I don't have really anything. I was a little bit surprised. When I posted that stuff on Facebook about doing that, and then I put, well, anybody that's ever done anything with hydroponics could probably tell that that's what it was for. But then I also put hashtag hydroponics on it. And I was seeing people commenting and saying they had done hydroponics and stuff, and that I didn't know they did. So it's kind of cool to see some other people have already doing it. But got my my seeds started yesterday. Like I said, yesterday was day 1 of this big adventure for me. Got my some lettuce seeds started in some rock wool, and hopefully they'll sprout in a few days, and then I'll have my container ready, and I'll have my little place where I'm going to have my lights put on there. So anxious to see how this is going. And then, of course, while all that is doing, because that's, this is going to be the what they call the Kratky method, where you put them in the container, You fill up the container with the nutrient mix, water and all the nutrients, and bring the water level up to where it's just touching the bottom of those net cups. And then that's it. You don't really do anything. There's no aeration to this method. There's no recirculation of it. It's just there. And as the stuff grows, the roots go farther and farther down, and the water, they sucking up the water nutrients, so the water level goes down. But the whole idea is to start out with a container that has enough water and nutrients to last that whatever it is you're growing, and in my case, lettuce, the whole cycle, so that it won't run out before it gets to where it's done. So while that is going on, I will be making the other system, and I'm going to have, the way I want to do it, I want to do the 4-rail system like that guy, that other YouTube channel, Simple Greens Hydroponics. That's his channel. I'm going to do it pretty much just like his. I may do my hole sizes a little different, and a little different setup that way, but basically my system's going to be pretty much identical to his. But it uses, he says the footprint of that system, his 4 rails, or the 4x4 PVC, are 4 foot long. So, the whole footprint width-wise is going to be, pretty close to 5 foot by the time you leave a little on each side. And then it's about 30 inches deep. So what I'm going to do is, and I hate to, but I'm going to go break down and buy some kind of lumber, probably 2x4s. Or I noticed that Lowe's has some 2x3s, and that I saw, and I thought, well, that would be strong enough for what I need. So I might do that. But anyway, I was looking at those yesterday, and a 2x4x8, just a regular stud, at Lowe's is $4.85. So, I've been hearing them say, yeah, lumber prices are coming back down, but that's still way higher than I've ever paid for a 2x4. Usually it'd be about $3.30 back when I was buying a bunch of them. And I used to have to buy a bunch when I was doing the garage work CNC, because I had to use them to build crates to ship those in. Clyde says, do you have fluoride in your tap water? I don't know. I do have the pH. I did buy one of those pH meter things. And anyway, I've heard that what you can do with that stuff is, and I don't know if it's fluoride. I was thinking it was chlorine or I was thinking it was something similar to that. But I heard that you could just take the water and fill it up in the thing, and just leave it set for a day without a top on it. And that stuff, if it's just setting out, it will gas off whatever that stuff it is. Only I don't know if it's what you're talking about or something else. I'll have to go back and watch more YouTube videos now to study up on that. But I did check my pH the other day, and it was about 7.5. And from what I can gather watching the videos that I've watched, a lot of people all over the country, I guess that's what they try to shoot for, these different water companies and stuff. They try to get it around 7.5 for drinking water. And but some people will say, you need to lower the pH before you do it. And then other people have said they don't even worry about it anymore, because they They know that the water coming that they're going to use out of the tap is 7.5, and that when they put the nutrients in there, it brings it down anyway, down below 6.5. So in what they say the ideal range um, is 5.5 to 6.5. So that's the stuff they put in toothpaste and stuff too. So I don't know whether that's in my water or not. I'm not, there are some people that on YouTube that have done this, and they're like really into it. They'll go spend, $200 to get a thing of water. They'll send off and get these water kits or whatever, and then the place will send them a little vial or something that they can send them their tap water back, and then they run all these extensive tests and stuff, and it costs like $200 and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing all that. I've used my tap water to grow plants using potting soil and stuff like that. So I know my water's not terrible. And plus I drink it all the time. So I don't think there's going to be anything too god awful in my water. Of course, you never know. You never know these days. Government's trying to kill us all us old folk off anyway. But who knows? But I will probably use my pH thing to test it after I've got my nutrients in there. And if for some reason it's still high, I do have I bought one of those kits where you get one bottle that's called pH up, another bottle that's called pH down. And then you also get a little testing kit. So you can it's got a little vial of stuff, and you just put a little of your nutrient water in there, take a little piece of paper thing, a little litmus thing or whatever, and you stick it in there and see what color it is. And then you can decide whether you need to go up or down with it. I have a rain barrel. I have 2 rain barrels up under my deck. In fact, they're probably both full right now. But I started doing the rain barrel thing a long time ago, just so that I had them up on a stand so that it would be all gravity fed. I didn't have a pump or anything to pump. But back when I had raised garden beds back there, the raised garden beds were still lower than the stand I had the water on, the barrel on. So I could just open it up and it would, gravity feed there. I need to, that's what I might do, is go out there and get a little sample of the water that's in the rain barrel and, see what the pH of it is. I don't really want to use that though, because this hydroponic thing is going to be inside, and those rain barrels are not completely sealed and all. So there can be, mosquito larvae and who knows what in those things. So it's okay for water and outdoor stuff, but I wouldn't want to use it for anything else. So Gary says, I have a reverse osmosis filter for all my drinking and cooking, and also use for plants. Okay. All right. I don't, like I said, I've just always used my tap water to get, when I watered, back right before I had the heart attack, when I was getting ready to put out a bunch of stuff and I had a ton of seedlings. That's how I raised them, from a little seed up to what they were before I had to give them away and throw them out. They were They were all used the tap water. Now, one thing I did do is I would save my milk jugs, rinse them out real good, and then I would always keep milk jugs full of water, and then that's how I did my watering instead of having it come straight out of the tap because the water straight out of the tap's pretty cold. So it would just be sitting around. Uh, when I'd use a jug, I'd fill it back up and set it down, and then it would be another one I'd use the next day to water. So the water was always at room temperature. So, but I don't get, me, I don't get too fancy with anything. Yeah, right, Clyde. Yeah, that's all. That's what I grew up on, and we had back where I was brought up back in Indiana, we had a well. So who knows? Who knows what was in that stuff? Uh, yeah, I've had many a good old drinks that right out of the hose. Uh, I remember at my school. Now, this is really going to date me here, but the very first school that I went to, and I only went there 2 years because then they consolidated and ended up tearing that building was in terrible shape. So I wonder it didn't fall in on us, but yeah, I remember out on the playground they had one of those old pump things, and then they used to have one down at the park too, in my little town of Danville. Uh, but yeah, you used to just uh, get one kid to pump it so somebody else could stick their head up under there and get you a good cold drink. That's good water though. Mm-mm, good stuff. And it didn't kill me, so I don't think there's anything wrong. I worry more about the water today that they're putting through the water treatment things and all that. I would worry more about that because you never know who could. I mean, you think about it. Somebody wanted to do us all in. They could probably sneak in there and put something in there, and they might not catch it in time before it gets out to neighborhoods and stuff. Yeah, it probably happen one day. Who knows? Everything else does eventually. I saw. Now you probably won't hear much about this on the news, but I saw a. Actually, it's a guy. It's an old high school buddy of mine. He posted it on Facebook, and then I have seen a few little YouTube things, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it on mainstream media. And at Greenwood Mall, which is a mall that I've been in many, many, many times. My dad used to work there. Been shopping down there many times. Uh, but anyway, they had somebody walked in there with a gun. They said a rifle of some kind. I don't know if it was one of those little, you know, what they call them, uh, scary rifles. I don't know if it was one of those or not. But anyway, went in there and started shooting up the food court. And unfortunately, there was some young guy that was there with his girlfriend who had, a weapon on him, and he was able to take that guy out. But I think he killed. I want to say there was either 2 killed and 3 injured, or 3 killed and 2 injured. I'm not quite sure. That was in Greenwood, Indiana, just a day or two ago. And like I said, you'd have to go digging to try to find some information on it because they don't want to talk about it because it was much worse than it could have been because of a good guy with a gun. And you know how they don't like to talk about that. But anyway, all right, that's my timer. I guess we need to get out of here. Gary says we would drink out of the creek that ran next to our baseball field. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure I probably drank a lot of stuff that wouldn't meet wouldn't meet today's standards, but I'm still here, so I'm not, well, barely, I guess. Uh, but anyway. All right. Okay. Clyde said it was on the news here. Okay. Well, maybe it is starting to make the rounds, but I'm wondering what they're saying about it because, like I said, anytime there's, you know, I'm wondering if they're even mentioned that he was taken out by a good guy with a gun because usually they don't even like to talk about that. Anyway, let me get out here. Y'all get your Tuesday started, and we will be back tomorrow for number 528. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So everybody have a good one. See y'all.